Hey Cafe crew, Colin Smith here from photoshopcafe.com, and right now I'm going to show you my favorite tech of the year for creatives. So without further ado, why don't we start with the portable hard drive. Now I just want to let you guys know I'm probably going to get the names of some of these wrong, so don't kill me in the comments. So SANDISK makes this extreme SD drive, and this is an NVMe external drive, 1 terabyte or 2 terabytes. And I believe this is a 2 terabyte, and they're very inexpensive and incredibly fast. Well worth checking out. Very small, portable, portable external drives have changed a lot. So when we're talking about drives, let's talk about card readers. So my favorite card reader for the year right now is this Sony card reader. And this one's great because it reads both the CF Express and an SD on the same slot. Now, if you're not using an SD Express and you're just using the SD or the MicroSD, then this little one from Uni, it's very inexpensive, USB-C, and I just want to let you guys know right now, I really recommend switching everything over to USB-C if you can, because that's kind of the future, and so I'm always looking for devices that work on that. I'm pretty much dongle free. All right, so we can be dongle free. One of the great things I've been using is these kind of docks. You could either be using a dock or some kind of a hub. The nice thing about the dock is you can have everything plugged in, and then all you need to do is just simply plug in your laptop through the USB-C and everything's on there. So this one here is the OWC Thunderbolt 3. There's two versions, there's the Pro and the regular. Right now I have the Pro one here. And what this has is CFast plus a SD card reader, USB 3.1, a couple more on the back there. And if you want to do really fast media, you can connect through the Ethernet. And it has a 65 watt and a 15 watt USB-C connector, so you can actually power a MacBook Pro from that, no problem at all. And this is a great little device. It can run a 5K display or two 4K displays. Now, this can get pretty hot, so it has a fan built in. They don't recommend you turn the fan off for more than 30 minutes at a time. Now the non-Pro version does not have a fan, but it also does not have some of these other additions like the Ethernet. It has a headphone jack, and of course it has more USB ports on there. So check that out, very nice. I've been using the OWC docks for a number of years, and this is the latest one, very reliable. All right, so since we were talking about Mac, I've done a couple of videos and I've got more coming, and I really have to give it to the M1 MacBook Pro. Now, with some caveats. Now, number one, a lot of the software hasn't caught up yet. Right now, we're just using a beta version of Photoshop, which is a public beta available to anybody. And I have a whole video on that, check that out. But I definitely recommend the 16 gig of memory because it's sharing the memory. It's not just RAM, but it's also video memory. Even though the 8 can lift a lot more than what you would expect from an 8 because of the ARM processor, this thing is super fast. The other thing is the battery just lasts forever. It's an incredible battery life, and it doesn't generate a lot of heat because the way of the M1 chip, it's very, very efficient. It has 4 efficiency cores and it has 4 power cores, and it just works, very well. Check out my other reviews on there. The keyboard, it actually has the good keyboard again. They've gone back to the scissor mechanism, so you don't have to deal with those butterfly keys. And like I said, I've got a couple of videos on this already. Check those out. But definitely value for money, bang for the buck. This is a great laptop. Speaking of laptops, one of the things that I love to do when I'm using Photoshop is the tablet. Of course, a lot of you guys know already, I swear by Wacom. I've been using Wacom tablets for years, and my favorite is still the Wacom INTUOS Pro Medium. Fantastic tablet. It's metal on the back. It's got lots and lots of pressure sensitivity, 8,192 levels of pressure sensitivity around about there. Has the Pro Pen 2, which works as wireless. It does not require a battery in the pen. And also the tablet itself, you can plug it in USB-C, or of course, you can work on a USB 2 as well, but it also has Bluetooth. So if you want to use it completely wireless, you have that option. Great tablet. Oh, and another thing, yes, on the M1, a lot of people have been asking me, yes, the Wacom tablet does work on the M1, works perfectly, no problem. Very important for you for color management is there's 2 versions here of the color checker, the X-Rite color checker. This one here is the color checker photo, and you can see it has the color chips in here. We turn it over, and it has a nice white gray card, and that's great for setting your white balance. Now the great thing about using one of these is if you get one of your photos and you get this chip in the photo, then you can get absolutely perfect color later on, and you can actually create a color profile that works with Lightroom, Camera Raw, and you can load it in there and match your colors perfectly. Because it's impossible to get perfect colors if you don't know what your colors are supposed to be, whereas these are absolute perfect values, and it works well. Speaking of video, you want to make sure your colors are right on video, setting your white balance, your black balance. We've got that there. It's a nice glossy black, so you can get a good deep black. And then of course we have some nice skin tones, grays, you know, for our lumas. Right, then we've got our primaries. So you can use this, and also you can use it for calibration here. We've got our white card, and also this helps us with focus calibration. So that's really good when you're doing your video, especially, you know, I just carry these in my pocket. Good to have them right there. That you can have them, keep them in your camera bag. They're great. Now they also come in a larger version for the video. And if we look at this, we've got a nice version, and this is really great. I carry this in my camera bag, and look at this for setting a nice white balance. You don't have to try and find a piece of copy paper and hope it's white. Now, if you want to get really big, there's an actual XL version. We need such a large color checker for. This is great for doing things like drones and 360 cameras, you know, when you want to get those perfectly in sync, of course, with your regular cameras on set, and this enables you to just get perfect color. And I'll use that a lot when I'm shooting videos and I want to match the color from my camera on my drone with the ground camera. Speaking of cameras, I don't have a stills camera that I'm recommending this year. I'm kind of trying to figure out where I want to go with that right now. But for video camera, the best video camera of the year, in my opinion, here is the Sony a7S III. This thing is fantastic. It's got really good dynamic range. It's incredibly reliable. Autofocus is sharp. It's quick, beautiful color. And the best part is extremely good low light, and also can shoot up to 4K 120 frames per second. And it uses a CF Express cards, and it has 2 SD cards in there. And big thing, flip out screen, so when you're recording yourself, you don't have to have an external monitor attached. All right, let's step into something a little bit more consumer for a second. Charging. Have you ever wanted to charge your devices by your bed? And I've gone through so many different ones until I could find one that worked. I just returned one. Well, actually I didn't return, it's just sitting around. I'll probably never use it, from a big brand. I won't say the name of the brand. But what I want to do is be able to charge my iPhone or my Android Pixel, my Apple Watch, and my headphones. So these are my AirPod Pros. This is the device to do it. It's the T2 3 thingy, whatever it's called. Nice thing about it, it works on USB-C. I pop it by my bed. If I want to charge my phone, I just pop my phone on there. And of course I can charge it in horizontal or vertical mode. Pop the Apple Watch on top. Both of them will charge at the same time, which I found the previous one I had would only charge one or the other. And I can take my AirPods or my AirPod Pros and just drop them on the bottom there, and it will also charge those wirelessly. This will work with the Pixel 5, Pixel 4. I haven't tried it on the Pixel Buds yet, but I'm pretty sure that it will also wirelessly charge those. Great little device. Put links underneath for that. Let's talk about microphone of the year. Is the same microphone that came out last year, which is the Rode Wireless Scope. This is incredible. This year it came out for white edition, so you can get these in black or white, and they just work really, really well. They have a built-in mic, so you can just attach it to your shirt or use it for an interview. It also will take a lavalier mic, so you can snap it on your belt and then just put a lav mic on there. Works really well. This receiver just sits on the cold shoe on your camera, and you're able to transmit. A new thing that they've done though is they've come out with the ability to run 2 of these together so you can do interviews. All right, so it comes with a splitter cable here, which is really useful. So that means when I've got the 2 receivers, I mount them on top of my camera. I can take the mic out of both, and then it will go into one, which will feed into the stereo jack on the camera. So we can do 2 units. And of course, to mount the 2 units, they have the DCS one which is a cold shoe mount, which will hold 2 accessories, which of course are going to be these wireless goes, or if you wanted, you could put a shotgun mic and a wireless go on there, or a light and a wireless go. You can just pick however you want. So incredible sound, very small, lightweight, world's smallest microphone, and honestly, I really love it, especially when I'm doing things like trade shows, which unfortunately I'm not doing right now, but it's so good on those show floors compared to a shotgun mic or even a handheld mic. These things just work a treat. Check out my review on those. And I said last, but not quite last, the very last one, which I want to actually award this my photoshopCAFE favorite product of the year. I never thought I'd be giving this to a gimbal, but I am the DJI Ronin S2 or the RS2 gimbal with the Raven Eye. This thing's incredible. It's carbon fiber. It has a built-in screen, so you don't have to connect to the app, even though you can. And then if you do want to connect to the app, the Raven Eye is fantastic. It does face tracking, so it can actually follow you. It has really good range. It's lightweight, smooth. And if you want to get smooth camera moves, this thing is just great. But the thing that just blows me away is how small a package this goes into. If you remember the Ronin S, this is more powerful than the original Ronin S, and it carries a heavier payload. And all of this fits here inside this bag. And this also includes the mechanical focus. Everything's in there. Woo! And it's a breeze to set up. So I guess my gear is going away. That's the end. Stop! Oh, crushing my box. Yikes. Woo! So... kind of squash the box under there. So anyway, guys, I'd love to know what is your favorite bit of gear that I've got here, or if you've got some other gear that you like, let me know in the comments. Let everybody know. Let's just share the gear we like. I'm going to add links to all of this, and I'm also going to add links to my reviews in the comments. And by the way, guys, if you are new here, consider hitting that subscribe button, and you're going to get a new video from me at least once a week, and turn on notifications so you know when I upload. And if you like this, smash the like button into dust. And I've got more reviews, more tutorials coming up. So, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, everybody, Happy Holidays. I know it's been a crazy year, but 2021 is coming, and let's hope for a much better year. But anyway, everybody, just stay safe. And thanks for being part of this community. Thanks for being part of this channel. I've got all kinds of cool and fun stuff coming up next year. So 2021 is going to be a blast, guys. And until then, I'll see you at the cafe.